Abby, thanks so much for joining us.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me on.
The movie about your life has been so inspiring to so many of us. And for my wife, Chelsea, and me, our first 4 kids were adopted. And my wife is herself an adopted child. And so this subject is so important to me. For those people who didn't see the movie or read the book, can you just remind us a little bit, how did you get your position in Planned Parenthood as a leader there, and what was your goal?
Yeah, I started working there as a college kid. I grew up in a pro-life home. I grew up in a conservative home, but we didn't talk about abortion. I didn't grow up in a home that, was sitting around the dinner table talking about the ins and outs of being pro-life or being pro-choice. I think my parents, they had taught me the biblical pathway to marriage. And so I think they just sort of thought, well, as long as Abby follows that path, then abortion will never be on the table. And so, we don't need to talk about something so unpleasant with our little girl. And so, we just didn't. And I went to college and met a woman with Planned Parenthood, and she was trying to recruit college students. And, I tell people all the time, wherever there are vulnerable women, so is Planned Parenthood. And there are tens of thousands of vulnerable women on college campuses each and every day. And so that's exactly why Planned Parenthood is there trying to recruit them. And she was telling me all of the talking points that we have all heard about how wonderful Planned Parenthood is as an organization and how they're trying to help women. And if we're not here helping women obtain safe and legal abortion, which that was the talking point, that was the tagline back then these women are going to go and have unsafe, back alley, at home coat hanger abortions. And so all of that sounded great to me as a young student. And I got involved first as a volunteer and then eventually got hired there full time and rose up through the ranks and then became a clinic director there and was actually running the health clinic and also the abortion clinic there at a facility in Texas, and ended up leaving in October of 2009 after witnessing a live ultrasound guided abortion procedure where I saw a 13-week-old baby fight and struggle for his life against the abortion instruments. And I knew then that there was life inside the womb, that there was humanity there inside the womb. And I knew that if those two things were true, then I was on the wrong side of this debate. And so I ended up leaving.